but people in the States will get this. It was like the police at the end of the month trying to make quota because those penalties were flying for speeding in the pit lane. The tarmac was ripped up. There was a red flag, but in the end, Kimi takes his 5th win in a row. Lewis takes his second place in a row, and Hadjar rounds out the podium in a completely maddening Monaco Grand Prix.
Welcome to the Paddock F1 with Greeny and the cheese. We're caffeinated, we're medicated. It's a podcast by fans for fans. Your dose of F1 news. All the races, all the tracks, and all the drama. Coming up on today's show.
Yes. That's how many times in the Paddock F1. Greeny and the cheese. Round 6 takes us to the start of the European leg of the 2026 F1 season, and we kick it off at that little principality on the French Riviera. That's right, we got the glitz, the glam, supercars, super yachts, models, celebrities, the parties. Oh yes, it's Monaco, baby. And while you're there, we're just gonna bang this out pretty quick right here. We'll change it up a little bit. You gotta check out the gardens, the palace, the museums, and of course, dude, get that cash out because you gotta hit the casino. Put that cash on 13 black, baby. Let's roll. But there you go, travel show. This is an F1 show, and we are racing the iconic Monaco Street Circuit, 2.07 miles. The tunnel in those 19 famous corners. Oh yes, no active aero here. You give it the full beans, I don't know, I'm going to guess for about 45 seconds because at least there ain't no damn super clipping in Monaco because that battery is pretty much charged the whole damn time. And what a wild Grand Prix did we get? Antonelli was on pole. Max was toast from the start. The whole field, even the car starting in the pit lane was ahead of Max after the start. It was such an awful, ridiculous start. Had to retire right away. And oh man, Kimi then dominated. But then came out the penalties. It was like, to people around the world, they won't understand this, but people in the States will get this. It was like the police at the end of the month trying to make quota because those penalties were flying for speeding in the pit lane. The tarmac was ripped up. There was a red flag, but in the end, Kimi takes his 5th win in a row. Lewis takes his second place in a row, and Hadjar rounds out the podium in a completely maddening Monaco Grand Prix. I think 7 cars didn't finish. Madness. Tons to unpack on this one. We are caffeinated. We are medicated. Greeny, good day, sir.
Listen, a lot of cars didn't finish today, but we are here, and don't drop all your money in that casino cheese. I think Max might have taken a trip up to the casino when he was done.
Why not?
Because he barely made it off the
ridiculous
starting
super yacht
line.
he has. Did you see that rubbish?
You got nothing. You get the day off. You got the day off of work. When you can't get the car much past first lap, that's called a day off of work. Listen, you got an apartment right there. You got the yacht right there. You're going to go hang out for a little bit. And he came back. But, weird, man. Obviously not the last thing Max Verstappen was thinking, especially after starting front row. Again, like you said, Kimi Antonelli, 5th win in a row. He is smashing. Every time he wins, and this win streak now is just smashing every record. You got to go back to what Max Verstappen's 10 in a row when he was 25 years old. Sebastian Vettel put up 9 in a row at 26 years old. Those are the longest and youngest streaks. Now you got a 19-year-old with 5 in a row. I mean, that is just absolutely unprecedented for someone this young to win that many in a row. You shouldn't. I mean, Max wasn't doing it like this. Sebastian wasn't doing it like this until their mid-20s. They weren't doing it as teenagers. So this is a sight to behold. Indeed, a little something special going on. and enjoying every minute of it, especially if you're a Mercedes fan, but you might not have liked both your drivers. Again, once again, another tricolor podium. Really, 1, 2, 6, the top 6 cars. I think we had 8 teams finishing the points. Is that correct? 8 different teams finishing in the points?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and
I think so.
Only double finish, and I'm sure we'll get to this later, but the only double team finish being Alpine in the points. How about that? Didn't see that one coming.
You mean Racing Bulls?
I'm sorry, Racing Bulls. I'm sorry, not Alpine. I apologize.
Yeah.
Lindblad and but yeah, so Alpine even finishing in there. Williams getting points. Aston Martin getting points.
Aston Martin getting points.
Bizarro. Absolutely bizarre, especially in Monaco. This is the last place you would expect this. The last place you would expect this. But let's get into right in the top story. I think we got Antonelli and Verstappen. I don't know where you want to start, but I'm assuming it's Kimi.
I mean, you got to go with Kimi just because it's 5 in a row at the ripe age of 19. I mean, definitely an F1 phenom at this point. Second year, and he's absolutely just tearing it up. I mean, it also helps that, Merck has pretty much nailed this new regulation pretty much from the get-go as well. So that also helps. But putting his teammate in the back foot, his teammate is just lost at this point. I mean, George Russell basically has to pick up the pieces right now because he was right there to, he was the favorite going into the season, and he is. George Russell's now 3rd in the driver's standings. He's 2 points behind Lewis Hamilton, who's now 2nd. How about that? So George is he's got some bad juju running on his side of the garage. Let's be dead honest. I mean, it's what happened to him today. But Kimi is hot. Max, I mean, what are you going to do? Things happen. At least Max did the right thing by moving the car to the left side of the track to get out of the way so everybody else could get around him because he knew he wasn't going to go anywhere, because that could have been a massive kerfuffle if he didn't get out of the way, because there's not a lot of room on the front straight of Monaco. So let's give it up to him. I mean, where else do you want to go? Lewis with a back-to-back 2nd place. I mean, that's huge for Ferrari.
Not see that coming.
Did not see that coming. The Leclerc debacle going on.
Was it the asphalt? Was it the asphalt fault?
To be honest, he was blaming the brakes hard, saying it wasn't the asphalt, but that looked exactly like the Stroll incident.
A few minutes
for
before.
Sure. And I mean, you could
60
see,
was Stroll and 64 was...
You could see the chunks of the tarmac in the tire that those hot tires are picking up and just sticking to it. So, I mean, if you get that and you hit the brakes, and you're just gonna have no grip, and you're going right into the wall. Those are the 2 cars that hit it. The cars ahead of him did not hit that, and they made the corner. So I don't think he said he's not taking the blame because he said it's the brakes and the braking is very inconsistent, which it very well may be, because he also had that incident last race out 2 weeks ago in Montreal, and the race before that when he had the car sideways near the end of the race too. So there's definitely some kind of braking issue that they say he's going to go more the Lewis route, that on Lewis's side of the garage is going right now with the brakes. So we'll see if that's a change. But to be honest, I think it was probably the tarmac, because it was back-to-back incidents that if you hit that spot, you went into the wall right then and there. So I'm going to say that, but it's also Charles Leclerc at Monaco. It's either top step or it's in the wall. There is no in between. There's no in between ground there. I mean, he probably didn't really have to be pushing at that point either. Just bring the car home, in 3rd and get a 2-3 for Ferrari at that point. I mean, Antonelli was off and gone no matter what you had at that point. Off and gone all day. So nobody had anything for Antonelli today, plain and simple.
Yeah, even before the George Russell thing, Antonelli had lapped George Russell already.
Yeah, there's only 3 cars on the lead lap. And at the end of and if there wasn't the red flag and they let like the field pass and coming back around to unlap themselves, there would have been, with Leclerc and the wall, there would have been 2 cars that would have been on the lead lap at that point. I mean, that's almost as ridiculous as it was in, like, what was it, like, was it like 96 or something, when there's only like 3 cars running at the end of the race? I think it's like the modern day record or something like that. It was like there was like a crazy monsoon and like the whole field basically like crashed out, but like 3 cars or something.
Correct.
Like
1996,
that.
three cars in 1996. I believe it was the fewest cars ever. If you stayed alive, you were on podium.
So, I mean, and then, also, I think we should also pop it in here too. McLaren's Thousands GP at Monaco. And to be honest, it wasn't a good weekend. I mean, if they didn't have the cars in front of them wreck out of the race or have mechanical issues or something, that's why Oscar was 4th. Other than that, he's back down there. I mean, it was not a good weekend for McLaren at all. And then Norris, again, back-to-back races, he's a DNF. I mean, his season's shot right there, too. At this point. So it was one of the wildest Monaco Grand Prix I've seen in a long time, with cars finishing up there, up, and then that you didn't see coming because it was just people dropping like flies. There was a massive, for being 6 races into the season now, and have that massive break in April, and to be having this amount of mechanical issues, that boggles my mind a bit too. Because there's mechanical issues up and down the grid, especially in power plants too. So this is like, Bortoletto, this car like died out there, and they had to bring it to the off the grid, bring it in because it was done, and to bring that thing to life, you need to start from the pit lane. So I mean, there's mechanical problems going on all up and down.
You have the combination now. You have the combination of the battery, the mechanics, so it's like double the problems that you would have had before with the battery, because we had some mechanical issues, we had some braking issues, we had some battery issues, and that led to more than a third of the field not finishing the race. There was no rain like 96, no thunderstorms. Back in 52, we had the same thing. 51 or 52, I forget which year back in the day, but no, this was straight mechanical. This was not God as it happened before. This was not crash outs. This was just straight mechanical, and we had those marbles on the track, as we said, with those 2 crashes between Stroll and Leclerc.
Those weren't marbles. That was rubble, to be honest.
Baseball-sized balls out.
I mean, that
there,
that was some ripping up of the tarmac right there. I mean, you just basically had to avoid it, like avoid the pothole.
And most of the skilled drivers were able to. This is a massive skill here. We all can avoid that pothole on the highway, and just the same here. We avoided that pothole for some of them, but obviously your brakes are your brakes, and when your rear brakes go and you slide just a little bit, even in a low speed
it's also a bad look for Monaco too, especially since that was freshly done. You can't have that freaking happening.
That was bad. I got better patches in the New Jersey Turnpike over here. Okay.
That's a bad job. I mean, F1 had to throw the red flag because of that, because they had 2 cars going to the wall in the same area, and then you could see the tarmac was being ripped up.
They're on the track inspecting it. On the track inspecting it out there. Gonna get Inspector Clouseau out there. You messed up. Maybe that's where the slap should go. Anyway, we'll get there soon enough. But before we get to that, I'm strapping my helmet on because I'm looking at 3 questions. We already threw out a bunch of chunky nugget tidbits out there about Monaco history. So maybe we'll hear some of those. Maybe we'll hear some oldies but goodies, or maybe some brand new ones. Jeez, I'm waiting and ready. It is time for another edition of Quizmaster Scott.
All right, here we go, sir. Question number 1. Lewis Hamilton and this other driver are the only 2 drivers to have made the podium at Monaco 8 times in their driving careers. Who is that other driver?
Gonna guess Senna?
Yes. Come on. He's the king of Monaco. Let's
Well, he's got 6 wins, so I figured 8 podiums not a
Okay, that's a very good guess, sir.
That was a total guess.
Pretty much that was the cupcake of the 3, I think, personally. So
okay, so now I'm dead in the water. But go.
So here we go.
At least we're not going right
2.
to slap. I got that out of the way. I got that.
Here we go.
shit
Question
out
number
of
2.
the way. All right, go for it.
In 1955, this 2-time world champion lost control at the chicane and went into the mid. Who was that driver?
Was that Alberto Ascari?
That is correct, sir.
That I knew.
Cue it up.
That I knew.
Let's go.
There it is. It's been a while. We only had 6 races this year, let's be honest. It's only the 6th race since November. Okay. Let's put that in like the broader context here. But go ahead. Question number 3.
Kimi Antonelli won the race today. Who was the last Italian driver before today to win the Monaco Grand Prix?
Probably gonna go way back. I'm gonna say Luigi Fagioli?
No, that is incorrect, sir.
It's a little too far back. Too far back.
Too far back. Last time that happened, an Italian was on the top step at Monaco, was in 2004. Jarno Trulli in the Renault.
Yes, in the Renault, yes.
I think that was also Jarno's only career victory, I think, and it might have been Monaco. So that's a pretty damn nice place to have your only victory at one of the Grand Slams of Formula One.
He's not the only one. He's not the only
one. No, he's not. So that is only 2 out of 3, sir. And as you know, you got to get all 3 to get to winner. So that'll take us right into losers. There's a heaping on this one today. I'm going to give it to Alpine for not telling Gasly he had penalties. Guy crossed the finish line thinking he finished on podium at Monaco. Only to find out that he had 2 speeding penalties.
I love it. What? I don't even know what to compare that to. That's like...
That is some bold shit right there.
I don't even know what to compare that to. I'm trying to think of a good comparison.
Because he was absolutely shattered in the post race. It was sad to watch. Because like this guy just comes across the finish. He's like, I just finished on podium at Monaco. And then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, no. You're 7th, dude. You had 2 speeding penalties.
No, it's like calling
dude.
like a winning lottery ticket or something. It's like the winner is Pierre Gasly, and you go up to no, we meant Pierre Grassley. Sorry. It's like, oh man. Well, I already spent that money. You've heard those stories before. Person thought they won the lotto, spend the money, and then go to get a ticket, and there ain't no money. But this was.
I'd
be pissed as hell. I'd be pissed as hell.
He was absolutely shattered. Kind of shattered after. And my other loser is going to be Sergio Perez. You
So
park
close.
outside of the starting box and you lose your team's first ever point in Formula One for Cadillac at Monaco. I mean, everything went right. The Cadillac actually looked pretty good, especially for Perez outside the garage for the weekend. And you lose the point because you park outside of the start box. Are you kidding me? That is awful. So definitely a loser on that one too.
Listen, I'm right there with you. And another team with no points, which was very difficult to get no points today, because pretty much 9 out of 11 teams scored. And I gotta give it up to Audi for screwing that up today. So close. So close. Nico should have been there, and they totally blew that one. So, got to give a big loss to Audi, and
completely agree with that.
No one finished, but it wasn't too many, like. I give it to half the pit walls. I mean, so many mechanical errors. I don't know if it's this battery. I don't know if it's just a combination. But also, whoever the hell patched the freaking road, you're a loser there too. There's so many losses to go around. So many. From the engineering to the road to the engineering of the cars. I don't know what the hell's going on. It was amateur night out there today at the grandest of grand. So outside of a couple drivers and a couple situations, it was pretty amateur.
I actually saw a pass today too. I actually saw an on-track pass at Monaco when Lindblad made that pass. So
you lost almost a foot. You almost lost a foot of width on the cars, almost 20 centimeters in the car. So
I mean, that was actually exciting to see. You know, you got one of them, but at least that was something. Usually you don't see it, so.
Yeah, well, the only reason there was any jockey in there was because of this mechanical disasters and everything else. But go ahead.
Yeah. We'll take it to winners now. How about Alonso getting a point for Aston Martin?
On the board.
I mean, give that up. Give it up there, especially with all the problems they had. Yeah, somebody had a penalty and to make them get that point, but you know what? They got a point. That's all that matters. That's got to be a boost to that team for goddamn sure, because that's been a mess up there for the season. I mean, we mentioned it at the opening, but Racing Bulls, I mean, a 5th and a 6th. Both drivers lost in the 5th. Lindblad the 6th. Best finishes for both drivers as well in their careers. So, I mean, yeah, it turned out that it was, people getting out of the race and things like that. But you know what? You were there at the end. That's where you had to be. So give it up. Huge for the team. Definitely a big boost for them too, because they've been on the back foot a bit recently, sometimes too. So give it up for Racing Bulls, and those will be my winners.
Liam Lawson looks so much better with Racing Bulls than he ever did with Red Bull. It really is
just the pressure.
Boggles your
This is the pressure being Max's teammate, dude. This is the curse of the second Red Bull seat.
Curse of the second.
I mean, they can't see that because Fajardi put it on the podium again. So,
you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say the curse of the number 3 as well. Throw that one out there, Max Verstappen. Winners. Let's go. How about Oscar Piastri? Hanging in there strong the entire race. Definitely could have went the way of his teammate there, but was able to finish in 4th and impress there. I know we talked about Isaac Hadjar earlier. And of course, half the field went out. I get it. But I will take 2 points from Haas, even though Williams put up 4 points with Albon. But I got to give any love to Haas. I didn't mention, which should have been the losers, Ollie Behrman, who just had a
Ocon too. So
Ollie had a terrible weekend right from the start, man. From quali all the way through, he was no good. Throwing him under the bus in winners should have been thrown in losers, but got to give it up to Ocon. Everything going on with all the rumors, with all the BS going on with him, to come in, stay strong, and finish ninth. I don't care if half the field didn't finish. He stayed in there and was able to finish. Got those 2 points, and those are my winners, sir. Which of course leads us straight into.
I need to slap my goddamn for that.
That is a slap of the week.
I mean, there was a lot we could have went for that, but we're gonna throw Merck on this one, and totally derailing Russell's season by just not touching the damn car. Just don't touch the car. And I mean, you can see, like, some of the guys on the crew, like, knew and were, like, hesitant to touch it, but then after somebody else did at that point, it doesn't freaking matter, so you might as well. Maybe it was the double stack. I mean, somebody should have got on the radio to the crew and said, don't touch the damn car. Just don't do it.
Was that miscommunication? So for those who don't know, who maybe didn't watch the race, George Russell got a 5-second stop-go penalty. They double stacked. Kimi came in. They pitted. Then George came in. And the pit stop sucked. It was bad. It was a bad pit.
Yeah.
It was like almost 4.5 seconds. So,
well, because people weren't starting right away because they weren't supposed to be touching the car.
So it was absolute disaster. They touched the car. Don't touch the money. Don't touch the car. All right? Screwed it up. The whole pit team's got to come back on pit row and just slap yourself in the face. What a disaster.
That was bad. Derailed his, season, dude. Oh, yes! You know what that sound means? It's having the best damn sound of the week. So you take that fantasy ride to that fantasy island, agree to! Well, the beer flows like wine, and the wine flows like beer, and that cannabis, oh yes, my friends, that cannabis goes as far as the eyes can see. Look at it out there. Green and luscious. Take a little whiff. Whew! That air smells fantastic. So you take a little walk to the top of the hill, the casino top. Tickets in hand, are we cashing in, or are we checking out? I did not have a good week. I am checking the hell out.
Blew it.
Get me on the next boat out of here.
You blew it, sir. Famous words of Adam Sandler.
Most of mine was blown 2 seconds. Once the lights went out.
You didn't even get to kick your feet up on the couch there because you've all lost. Well, first of all, let's go through it. You had Max Verstappen winning, so that was DNF lap 1. That
I mean, you had to do it on the front row with the +2 something with Max. You had to. That was
and
almost.
Then you had both your trifectas included Verstappen. One included Verstappen and Leclerc, so that was good. Ferrari double podium, that was brutal. I had the Ferrari double podium as well, so I lost out on that. I had Antonelli, Verstappen, Hamilton straight +200, lost on that. Obviously, I'm pissed off at Nico Hulkenberg because I had him top 10 +250. So close, and then you blow it at the end. +250, that hurts. But I did have Oscar Piastri finishing in the top 6, +145. So that leaves me -77.5, leaves you -200. That gives me 3,749.5 green. We're at the half now. Greeny bucks with that, and you have 4,532 Greeny bucks. So that you're still almost 800 ahead of me, 700 and change ahead. So I did catch up by about 125. So I'll close the gap a little bit, but only. Man, if I got that freaking Nico, I would have been right back in it. Damn. Ifs and buts were candy and nuts. It'd be a Merry Christmas for us all. That is our Greeny bucks for the week. And
it's not good.
Not great.
We are still down. We are still down.
You're down now a good chunk.
It's been a rough season. It's been a rough
You're
season.
down now a good chunk. You weren't that far behind, but dropping 200. You were only down 270 total. So you almost like doubled your loss with this weekend. That was bad for you. Not great for me, but definitely not as bad. So yeah, chopped you down 122.5 Greeny bucks. The gap is officially closing. But of course, that brings us to the final segment of the week, and that is, of course, in the news. In the news, we got not a ton of news, but ironically, I guess we'll start with Charles Leclerc news.
Charles Leclerc,
non-crashing into the wall news.
He's God damn, dude. It's all or nothing in Monaco with him. It's all or nothing for a lot of places. He pushes one of the better drivers on the grid, but sometimes he just takes too much risk. Sometimes he tries to just push it a little bit too much to that limit. He goes a little beyond. Sometimes you're just going to pull the reins back, stick where you're at, and just get the thing across the line. But he has signed a multi-year extension with Ferrari. Have not found out the length, though. It's estimated to be 2 or 3 years. But nothing more than that has really come out of it. They have not really said it, so there could be some other clauses and things in there that maybe people don't want to get out right now. So, I mean, we'll see what the fully comes out. I'm sure the Italian media will dig that one up. That's for damn sure. To find out what the
I think this was about just avoiding silly season, as they usually sign contracts this time of year, just avoiding any kind of news that even Charles might be going anywhere besides staying with Ferrari. So this is kind of a move for the sponsorships to know that, because who knows what's going to happen with Lewis. So you got so much uncertainty with Lewis. You got to make a move and just solidify to your sponsorship that you're just not going to have like Ollie Behrman and some F2 drivers, your drivers next year in Ferrari. Then you're going to have at least one of the best drivers in the world, and that's Charles Leclerc, when he's not crashing into walls. All right, so rubbing that salt, rubbing it in, just rubbing it in. All right, Vegas, baby.
Monaco, dude. I mean, it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's what it always is.
Balls to the walls. All right. Vegas extension. What do you got?
Other news this week, Vegas is now having a 10-year extension. So they'll be racing in Vegas until 2037. How about them apples? I mean, they did build that giant pit building there, so would invested some money. So, at least you got to get something out of that, I guess.
You put up so much infrastructure in the Las Vegas area, honestly, and you're right. They put up so much infrastructure. And if you've seen, like, these people who just, video themselves on their commutes to work when they used to just cross the strip and get over to work and now have to go through this whole mess of a system. It looks, when the lights are not on in Vegas, and now I'm realizing why they do it so late at night, because it looks like a freaking disaster with the lights on during the daytime. It is just a gross monstrosity. It looks fantastic at night, but during the daytime, man, it looks gross. But that is a massive just infrastructure, and the amount of money they spent, and not having great success as far as ticket sales
too much.
versus
other
much. Tracks.
They charge far too much for it. It's plain and simple.
Yeah, and the fact that non-U.S. citizens aren't super excited to be coming to the U.S., especially.
I think it also isn't what it used to be either. It's definitely not what it used to be, even like 5 to 10 years ago, even. So it's definitely not the same vibe, same. It's kind of basically gone to you're a high roller or you're not, and if you're not a high roller, then you ain't going. And most
they're
people
looking
are
for
not
high rollers.
So.
Honestly, common folk are not wanted in Vegas.
Being priced out. So
Vegas is a high-end resort town now, and it's not for the common folk. It's okay, because the common folk used to not be able to gamble anywhere else, sports gamble anywhere else. Now, you can gamble most of the world just on your phone, so there's no reason to go to Vegas. So they're just crafting it to be super high-end. Have the wealthiest people in the world come in there, or people who are just looking to put in some massive debt. Like you're buying Game 4 Knicks tickets, which are now $12,000 just to get in the building, but that is another story altogether for a whole different show. Cheese! You got anything else for us this week?
we did come across this one as well. According to revealed F1 documents, according to the FIA, I guess, the Red Bull has the best engine and is the benchmark. So other teams will be able to get upgrades. I think that includes Ferrari, Audi, and Honda will each be able to get 2 upgrade opportunities onto their power plant to try and get to compete with the team from Milton Keynes. But they might have the best power or something, I guess, in their engine. But
Max showed it today, that's for sure. Max showed that power today. Almost made it through a whole lap.
They didn't have the reliabilities, not so much. So
I mean, obviously, Max Verstappen put it on the front row. Obviously, I mean, very, very slim margin. Very, very slim. I forget what the final quali was, but it was like 100th of a second or something like that. 200ths of a second. So extremely close as far as Max and Kimi as far as front row. But quali's all well and good. If you can't get the car off the starting line, it's not very good. But ironically, but Isaac Hadjar ironically did pretty damn well himself, getting on podium today. So
I mean, he had engine problems too, but he somehow got the thing across the line. They kept telling him to do this setting and that setting. So
they beat McLaren out today.
Across the line.
They beat the McLarens.
Sure did.
They beat the McLarens all weekend. And McLaren was looking like the solid number 2 car, and it looks more and more like Ferrari's the number 2 car. And if Charles Leclerc was able to finish the race today, forget about podium, he was able to just finish the race today, would have been a very, very different scenario for Ferrari and how they're compared to the pack. But with all the problems with George Russell, I don't know, man. It feels like the whole field is wide open. We could have a 3 to 5 race stretch where Merck takes a step back and Leclerc wins 5 in a row. Would you be shocked by that? Yes.
Right now, yes. Yes, I would be. Because the Ferrari's down power, and Leclerc said there's a fundamental problem with the brakes or something with the car that he's having a massive issue with. So
Max can go on a run.
If he ended up winning 5 in a row, I mean, yeah.
Max can go on a run, can he?
I don't think anybody has anything for the Merc right now, especially with Kimi Antonelli. I mean, he is on absolute fire.
He's on fire.
And he shows up at the track. He's quick in practice, quick in quality, and he's quick in the race. I mean, you got that mojo going. You're showing up. You can't wait to get to the track. He's got the juju is flowing on that side of the garage.
Can't wait to go back out there. He can't wait to get back out there.
He's got the good juju running on that side of the garage, and the other side of the garage, it's we're trying to pick up the pieces right now, and figure out what the hell's going on, because it's the bad luck train is just on that side of the garage. But things could absolutely flip from the garages for sure. I mean, somebody could come up with an upgrade to challenge the Mercs. Absolutely, it's still 6 races in right now.
Only 6 races.
It's still it's still very early in the season. So, is anything possible? Absolutely, anything's possible. But I've also heard from them, Antonelli said this weekend that they haven't even gotten everything out of the upgrade that they just brought to Canada. So that's also frightening as well.
We'll see what happens. Listen, Kimi can't wait to get back on track. Neither can we. But we got a quick turnaround. Jeez, where are we going next?
Next weekend, we will be at the Circuit de Barcelona. Can't wait for that. It's always a fun race to Catalonia. It might add, is possibly, I think it might even be the last trip to Catalonia.
I think it
Since
might
I think
be
the
because we're going
Spanish
to have
Grand Prix
Madrid.
will be moving to the Madrid ring, which also debuts later this season. But yeah, so this also might be the last stop at Catalonia. So that's kind of
Maybe
a sad thing.
Maybe for now. Hopefully we'll get back there one day. As they do not like being called the Spanish Grand Prix if you've ever been to Catalonia before. And for those of our friends in Barcelona, you get me. All right, geez. As always, great doing the show with you. Of course, episode 192. Thank you for all listening around the world, all chiming in. If you haven't done so already and you listen this far in the program, why haven't you liked and subscribed? If you're on YouTube, sub to the channel. Tell your friends. Cheese, say what you got to say, brother.
Well, we'll see you guys in a week's time from Catalonia. And as always, stay medicated, my friends.
In the paddock with Greeny and the cheese. Coming live from the US of A. Podcast groove. The boys bring you the F1 news. Everything you need, so you know just what to do. And it's all alright, 'cause they do it right. In the paddock with Greeny and the cheese. In the paddock with Greeny and the cheese. In the paddock with Greeny and the cheese. Ferrari's gonna drive you crazy. Mad Max, he's so amazing. Yeah, McLaren, Merc, and more. In the paddock with Greeny and the cheese. And they know their way around the track. When you need the facts, you can trust them. They won't steer you wrong. Always right on time. They know their way around a microphone. And it's all right, 'cause they do it right. In the paddock with Greeny and the cheese.